Hey everybody, I'm going to be recording a league with Blue-Black Death Shadow. I'll go ahead and show my deck here. Kind of a stock list popularized by the player Arkin. Just has pretty typical Death Shadow cards. Playing the version that has Delver of Secrets. So let's play our first match. This hand is very keepable. Underground Sea Ponder. Maybe some sort of combo deck. I might regret not leaving Brainstorm open, but I'm just going to go ahead and play the Delver of Secrets here. Brainstorm, sure. All right, let's see what's on top. Brainstorm. Go ahead and reveal that. And I think I'll Wasteland his Underground Sea here. And I'll start applying pressure with the Delver. Dark Ritual. I'm just going to let that resolve. Duress. Yeah, I think that's fine too. He'll take one of my Brainstorms. And we have a Cabal Ritual. That's fine. Another Cabal Ritual. Third Cabal Ritual. And here's the Infernal Tutor. I'm going to go ahead and Brainstorm in response to that. Ooh, did not find what I needed. So he can tutor for tutor for tutor again, and then just tendrils me for lethal. I'm just going to let him do it. Okay, so we're playing against Ad nauseam tendrils. Against ad nauseam tendrils, I'm thinking I'm going to bring in Narset, Grafdigger's Cage, maybe a Ratchet Bomb, bring in the Surgicals, and the Hymns. So against ad nauseam tendrils, I'm going to take out the Snuff Outs, take out the Fatal Pushes. Let's see, we're bringing in 8 cards. So I need to cut 4 more cards. I'll probably cut a Wasteland, a Gurmag Angler, and I guess I can cut the Brazen Borrowers. And that looks fine to me. Then we'll play first. This hand seems pretty good. I'm going to keep it. And I think because I have the counter magic backup, I'm just going to lead on the Delver here. Rather than Thoughtseize. Sure. Dark Ritual. Okay. Lion's Eye Diamond, sure. Cabal Ritual's fine. Empty the Warrens. Ooh. I don't know if I brought in any Plague Engineers or Ratchet Bombs. I think I brought in the Ratchet Bomb. So I guess we are now trying to play to our out of Ratchet Bomb. Guess I probably should have let off on Thoughtseize there. All right, 10 goblins. Let's see if we can beat that. We will reveal Brainstorm. Cast Brainstorm. Okay, there's not the Ratchet Bomb that we needed, but I can go ahead and shuffle away Wasteland and Thoughtseize. I'm going to get an Underground Sea here. And I'll Brainstorm again. See if we can find the Ratchet Bomb. Okay, there's no Ratchet Bomb, but I'll go ahead and put a Delver back on top in a Daze. And I think that about does it, because he can just attack twice, and there's nothing I can do. I'm just going to concede because I won't have a chance to draw Ratchet Bomb now. Alright, not a great start to the league, but that's okay. We lost to Ad Nauseam Tendrils. And I think I made a pretty significant misplay by not Thoughtseizing on turn 1. Oh well, it happens. It can be a pretty tough matchup, even despite all of the discarding counter magic. My reasoning for not thought seizing was because we had the force of negation, so I thought, you know, usually when Storm goes for it early, it tends to be a bunch of fast mana into some sort of tutor, or maybe ad nauseum, something along those lines. Didn't really have Empty the Warrens on my radar. Alright, match 2. This is a good hand. I'll keep it. I'm going to go ahead and fetch a Watery Grave and Thoughtseize. Archive Trap. Let's see. I guess that's fine. Be able to play my Gurmag Angler very soon. So it looks like some sort of Grixis Mill deck. I'm gonna take the Visions of Beyond here. Go ahead and cycle Street Wraith in response to this, just to see if I get a Daze or something. No, it's a Ruin Crab. Alright. So I could brainstorm to try and find additional lands. I could Thoughtseize him again. I think I will brainstorm to try and find additional lands, because if I start missing land drops, then that seems like the worst case scenario. Ah, so he dazes my brainstorm. Nope, can't pay for that. That was a good draw for him. There's the Hedron Crab. He's gonna mill some cards. He has 2 cards in hand. I think it's time I gotta start playing some shadows here. But I think I'm gonna Thoughtseize him first. He's got multiple brain freezes. Could Fatal Push one of his crabs. I think I'll just drop a shadow, though. Could regret that if he ends up drawing a fetch land. Okay. I think I'll go ahead and just get rid of the crab with this fatal push. Let's see. So he's got Brain Freeze, which is already going to mill 3 cards. 6 cards, actually. And if I cast Snuff Out, it'll mill 9 cards. I think I just have to go for it. So I could play another Shadow here and 100% have lethal the following turn, or I could leave up Brainstorm and potentially Brainstorm into some sort of counterspell, but I think I just pass because I've already cast 2 spells this turn. He'll probably Brain Freeze me. Yep. So I'm going to mill some cards here. Ruin Crab. I think I'm going to Brainstorm in response to that. I'll just put the fetch lands back on top. And a Hedron Crab. Ponder. I don't think I'm going to shuffle here. I'm going to go ahead and wasteland his Undergrounds. Attack. And I'll play my second Death Shadow now. I'm going to attack with both of these guys. And I'll go ahead and Ponder. Ooh. Not bad. Stubborn Denial. And I think I'll just pass. Alright, 1-1. So we're playing against a mill deck. I think I'm going to board out the Force of Wills and the Force of Negation. We're going to bring in Hymns. Going to bring in Eliminates, more outs to the Crabs. Let's see. Maybe I'll bring in a Surgical Extraction or 2. And I think I can probably get rid of a Daze. Wasteland, I think, will still be pretty good. I might actually, I'm going to leave the Dazes and I'm going to cut Brazen Borrower. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. I think this should be fine. And this hand looks awesome. I'll keep it. Not super awesome, because it has 4 lands, but not a terrible hand. I'm just going to cycle this now. Alright, you have yourself a crab. Start whittling away at the life total here and play a Ponder. See if maybe we can find a Snuff Out. No Snuff Out. Hmm. I think I'm going to shuffle these because I'd like to see some better cards. Preferably with some sort of answer to that Ruin Crab. Wasteland was not what I was hoping to draw. Next turn, my Death Shadow will be playable. So I could play Ponder and follow up with Shadow. But I think what I'll do is I'll actually just play Shadow and Delver of Secrets. I know he has Daze, so I think maybe I just misplayed. If he dazes the Shadow, that's definitely worse than him dazing the Delver. So maybe I should have played the Shadow first and then the Delver. It was a little sloppy on my part. Oh well. Milling some cards here. Alright, he doesn't have the daze anyway. There's another Ruin Crab. And a Hedron Crab. And a fetch land. It's going to mill a lot of cards right there. What I'm hoping to draw is Brainstorm. So I can shuffle away some of these lands, draw some outs to some crabs. Yeah, I guess Thoughtseize is okay. So he's going to pull that away. Let's see here. I think I'll start off with Ponder. There's a Brainstorm. But I know the two cards underneath it are not good, so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle before I Brainstorm. Guess I can play a Gurmag here. I'm probably going to lose this particular game. Yep. And that'll do it. I'll concede to that. So maybe I actually might want Forces instead of Thoughtseize so that I have more ways to stop the crabs from coming down. I feel like Thoughtseize is probably fine. He does have basic island, but it seems like it's kind of hard for him to play around Wasteland besides that, so I think I'm just going to keep this hand. I'll play first. I'll keep this hand. Fetch one grave. And we'll lead off on Delver. We have days for turn one. Crab of some sort. And then we can follow up with Thoughtseize. I'm just going to let this Ponder resolve. We'll not reveal that. I'm going to cycle this Street Wraith. Okay, there's a Shadow, which I can play this turn. Daze, Chain of Vapor, Brain Freeze. I think I'll just take the Daze here. Play my Death Shadow. And we'll attack with the Delver. Underground Sea. I'll go ahead and daze this, I guess. I can make my Shadow even bigger by replaying Watery Grave. But on second thought, I might want to actually Wasteland him. Yeah, I'll reveal that. So I know he's got Visions of Beyond, Basic Swamp, Brain Freeze, and Chain of Vapor. I think what I'll do is I will go ahead and Wasteland his Underground Sea. There's nothing great to Surgical here. But I kind of want to grow my Shadow, so I think I'm just going to Surgical the Glimpse the Unthinkable here. So he's got red for Red Elemental Blast, and that's it. Take a screenshot here of his hand. All right. He's got Shade of Vapor, Visions of Beyond, and Brain Freeze. So I think now I'll just start applying the beatdown. A Hedron Crab. Yeah, that's fine. And there's the Volcanic Island. Ooh, him is pretty good here. We will pay 2 life. I think I will attack first. He'll probably Chain of Vapor, which is fine. I don't think I'm going to do that. But I think I will him. We got Visions and Brain Freeze. We'll see if he shuffles with this Ponder or not. He did choose to shuffle. I think I'll go ahead and Ponder here. I think I'll put Eliminate Gurmag and Street Wraith. No shuffle. Put him down to 6. We'll cycle Street Rate and play an Angler. Alright, we won that match. Let's play another. Interesting deck, Grixis Mill. There's definitely some scary draws that deck can have in the very beginning, with multiple crabs kind of just curving out with all the best cards, Archive Trap, so on and so forth. Alright, let's see what we face in round 3. Match 3, rather. This hand is not amazing, but I think I'm going to keep it. Duress. Probably taking our Snuff out. This is not a great hand versus combo. And I'm getting the sense that this is probably a combo deck. Could be Turbo Depths, which this hand is a bit better against. Will not reveal that. I'm going to cycle the Street Rate here. There's a Force of Will, that's not bad. We have 2 cards in the graveyard. Still a ways away from casting Gurmag. I can almost cast a Shadow. But I think I'm just going to set a stop during my upkeep so that depending on what I reveal with Delver, if it's bad, I can shuffle it away. Thoughtseize. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing I can do. Takes the Force of Will. Another Death Shadow. I don't want to reveal that, and I think I will try and find something a bit better. Wasteland. Not what I wanted. And I cannot play either of these cards. Actually, I can play Angler. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice Wasteland, targeting itself. Now I can at least cast the Gurmag Angler. Not a great use of a Wasteland, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Opponent has a lot of basics. Ooh, Force of Negation. Perfect. And that's castable as well. And he has 1 turn to do something before I can kill him with my clock here. So I have no idea what they are playing. I'm guessing it's a combo deck because of the discard. It looked like they only have basic lands, so I'm going to sideboard out my Wastelands. I'm going to board out my Snuff Outs and my Fatal Pushes, because they don't seem like a deck that has many creatures. And I'm going to bring in Surgicals, because I'm getting a bit of a combo vibe. Hymns. Narset's Caracas. And maybe Grafdigger's Cage. It looked like they could be mono black Reanimator. So I feel like that's a fine boarding plan. This isn't the best hand. But I'll try keeping it. We still don't even know what our opponent is really playing. Duress, which can't take anything. I think I'll just play Flooded Strand and pass. I think I'm going to go ahead and cycle this now. Okay. So I can go to 15 and fetch the last... I actually cannot fetch multiple Watery Graves because I have 2 Watery Graves. So what I can do is play a Delver of Secrets. Limdul's Vulture. Set a stop during my upkeep there so that if it's something that doesn't look very good against this deck, I can shuffle it away, or a land or another creature, probably shuffle that away too. Alright, and it is show and tell. Which I suppose is fine. I'm going to put Watery Grave into play. And it's an Emrakul. Which has protection from colored spells. So I cannot bounce it with Petty Theft. Yeah, that's game. I have 0 outs to that. No, actually, wait. I did board in Caracas. We do have an out. It's a Force of Will. I will reveal that, but we're going to try and dig for our Caracas here. Couldn't find it. And he's going to attack and eliminate all of my things. So I'm just dead. Yeah. Just dead. Alright, so it's a show and tell deck. Blue, black, show and tell. Still don't really think any of these other cards are very good. I'm thinking, though, Grafdigger's Cage is probably worse than Winter Orb. So I think that looks good. We'll submit. Blue, black, show and tell. Interesting. Blue, black, show and tell. Could be blue, black, some sort of reanimator as well that's sideboarded into show and tell. But Emrakul usually isn't played in reanimator unless it's tin fins. But I haven't seen anything that would make me think that it would be tin fins, so. No Goryo's Vengeance, no Shallow Grave. Alright, game 3. We will go first. This hand does not have any pressure, but it does have a cantrip, so I'm going to keep it. I mean, I'd probably keep this hand anyways, even if there wasn't a cantrip. This is a pretty solid anti-combo hand. I think we're going to lead off with Thoughtseize here, and if he has a show and tell in hand, we can just surgically extract that. And that could leave them with nothing. Ah, so it is tin fins. The question is, what do we take with our Thoughtseize here? What does this do again? Draw a card, then you lose life equal to the number of cards in your hand. I think we take the Duress. Gonna go ahead and ponder here. Hope to find another land. There is no other land. So I think I'm just gonna shuffle. Got another surgical. Unfortunate. Jace Vryn's Prodigy here, probably. Yep. That's going to be a little annoying, but not the worst. I think I just have to pass with Stubborn Denial up here. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a swamp, which he does. Thoughtseize. Yeah, Thoughtseize is fine. He might take Stubborn Denial if he wants to Limdul's Vault here. Yep, he takes Stubborn Denial. I think I'm going to go ahead and ponder. Hope to hit another land. Beautiful. Put Brainstorm, Flats, and Street Wraith. No shuffle. We're going to cycle Street Wraith. Play a Marsh Flats. Get a Watery Grave, and I'm thinking Shadow here over the Angler, because the Shadow can grow to be bigger and present a faster clock, depending on what I draw, and through the power of these surgical extractions. Limdul's Vault. Yeah, I suppose that's fine. Now what I might want to do here is respond to that. Or not respond to that, but basically when he stacks those cards, I can surgical something, and then the cards will be in a different order. So I think I will do that. Of these cards, I think maybe Duress is the one that I want to surgical. Just going to look at what he's got in his library here, in his hand. Going to take a picture. So he has Entomb, Emrakul, and Shallow Grave. All right. Entomb. Okay. I'm now realizing that he can cast Shallow Grave and put Emrakul in there, even if I surgically extract his Gristlebrand, because of the way that that's actually a pretty good draw. So what we're going to do is we're going to cast him. He Shallow Graves. We're going to daze that. His Emrakul will trigger. And in response, I think I'm going to surgical his Gristlebrand. Paying life. All right. He'll probably activate Jace here to flip it. Oh, no, he didn't. I'll play Watery Grave again, though. And just so that we have lethal next turn, we'll play a Gurmagigler. He'll draw and discard. And we win. Alright. Let's play another match. 2-1 so far. Beating Tin Fins and Grixis Mill. Losing to Ad Nauseam Tendrils. Milk, Mike Ray 4. Yeah, I think I'll keep this. It's a fine hand. Mountain, Monastery Swift Spear. So it's either Burn or Blue-Red Delver. I think in either case I might be conservative with my life total and fetch an Underground Sea here. I think I'll have an opportunity to play Death's Shadow anyway. Force of Will is a pretty good draw, if this is Burn. Okay, there's Lava Spike. And a chain lightning. I think I'm going to go ahead and daze the chain lightning here. He will get in for 3, which means I will be able to play Shadow next turn. But I'm not sure if I want to because it'll be easily boltable. Brainstorm, yes, I will reveal that. You know, I think I am going to play Death Shadow, and if he tries to bolt it, I'll just force it. Gonna pitch Ponder to force. Alright, there's another Chain Lightning. This time it will resolve. So now I definitely need to find some big creatures. Even though there's cards I want in here, I need more lands, so I think I'm going to shuffle this. This might be a bad idea, but I'm going to cycle Street Wraith. Okay. Think I'm going to have to stay back with the insect on defense. Goblin Guide, yes, sure. Oh god. He's going to swing with both Goblin Guides. There's a Force of Will on top. I think I have to block here. Go to 4. Play the Angler. He attacks with both. There's a Brainstorm on top of my library. I'll go ahead and block the Goblin Guide here. I go to 3. I'm going to go ahead and Brainstorm. We're going to put Thoughtseize back, and we're going to put Brazen Borrower back. And I'm just going to stay back on defense with this Angler. Rolling Vortex. That I'm going to daze. And I'll sack my Marsh Flats here. For a tapped Watering Grave. Gonna Brainstorm. It's kind of unfortunate. Can't play Snuff Out. Wasteland will be useful if you play Present Progress, but I think I'm still screwed no matter what. So here, at least I can cast Petty Theft on his Swift Spear. Attacking might be the wrong play here, but I think I'm screwed no matter what. I'm just gonna force the Swiss Spear. I'm dead. So against burn, we're gonna want the eliminates, we're gonna want the hymns. And I think we're probably gonna want to cut all of the street wraiths. Actually, I think we're gonna cut the thought seizes. Then again, we could cut wastelands, but wastelands are kind of useful for wastelanding our own lands. Burn is a pretty terrible matchup, I think, either way. I think I'm going to cut 2 Thoughtseize and 2 Street Wraith. Split the difference. And I'll submit that. We will play Curse. I will keep this hand. I'm going to pay the 2 life here. And I think I'm going to Thoughtseize because if he has a turn 1 creature, I'd prefer to get that. Swift Spear, we'll take that. There's a mountain. And there's a Red Bolt. Now what I would like to do is I would like to brainstorm away this wasteland. Actually, I think what I will do is I will just play the Delver's Secrets and the wasteland, and I'll pass. He'll probably play Eidolon of the Great Revel, which I can eliminate on the following turn. Goblin Guide. Yep. It's a Snuff Out, so I'll just take that. Don't think I can cast that Snuff Out. I'll attack with that insect. And I think I'll play my Death Shadow here. We've got an Eidolon. I think I will play Snuff Out on his Goblin Guide, putting me to 7. Now I can attack for 9, putting him to 8. I'm just going to attack with the insect here. There's a bolt. And I'm just dead because of Exquisite Firecraft. Not necessarily, actually. What I will do is I will brainstorm. Oh, never mind. It can't be countered. Yeah, I'm dead. Alright. We lost to Burn. Pretty terrible matchup. I don't think I've ever beat Burn with this deck. Basically, they have to run out of gas when you have a Death Shadow on board that can then just basically beat in for lethal. But it's a very difficult matchup. Could also be that I just played it incorrectly, but I don't know. It's a pretty hard match. Pretty hard matchup. It could have been that I was supposed to snuff out the Eidolon as opposed to the Goblin Guide. But even if I had, I don't really have much of a window to swing in there. It was kind of unfortunate that I was never able to find a second land that I could use to cast that hymn. It could be that maybe the right play is boarding out all of your wastelands. I mean, it's nice to have the option to wasteland your own land if they price of progress, but that might just be worse than having another Street Wraith or Thoughtseize. I don't know. Yeah, that kind of seems to be how every match I play against Burn goes. They end up getting an early creature, and I almost stabilize at an extremely low life total. But it's kind of you're too slow to really be able to beat them. Moving on for our fifth match. I think I will keep this. Opponent mulls to 5. Hopefully it's not a prison deck with Chalice or something like that, because this hand is pretty dead to a turn 1 Chalice. I'm going to play Watery Grave here. And we're going to play the Delver. I'm going to let that resolve. Looks like we could be playing against Snow Miracles or Snowko. I will not reveal that. Will, however, Wasteland is Tropical Island. And we're going to play our second Delver of Secrets. And we win. Interesting. I'm I'm not really sure what we're playing against. That could also be Rug Delver that just has the one of Island. Um, hmm. I think I'm just gonna keep playing the same exact deck here because I'm not sure what I'm playing against. This hand is kind of slow, but it can play that shadow. So I'm going to keep it. There's a Ponder. Could also be that our opponent is on some sort of show and tell deck. Snow and tell. Featuring Ice Fang and stuff like that. Drew another fetch land. Brainstorm is fine. Carpet of Flowers. I do not like Carpet of Flowers. But I think our opponent is probably playing Omnitel. I can deal 9 damage to myself next turn, which will allow me to play a 2/2 Shadow. Man, that gives him a lot of mana every turn. Yeah, I think I have to let that Carpet of Flowers resolve. I'm going to fetch 1 Watery Grave now. Jeez, another fetch land. Well, I would like to put a clock on him, so I'm going to play a 2/2 Death Shadow. Giving him 3 extra mana every turn is not ideal, but I gotta do something here. This is fine. Astrolabe. Dead of Winter. That I'm going to force. Pitching hands. Okay, so now we know it is Snowko? Do we know it's Snowko? I'm not really sure. I don't think any of the Omnitel decks play Dead of Winter, but I'm not sure. So the reason I fetched there was to make my Death Shadow a 4/4, which turns on Stubborn Denial. There's a nice Fang, which I will snuff out. And now I have lethal next turn, possibly. Court of Cunning. At the beginning of your upkeep, any number of target players each mill 2 cards. If you're the monarch, each of those players mills 10 cards. Yeah, I feel like that's fine. Jace. Oh, I just accidentally clicked through that. Should have Stubborn Denial, obviously. We're going to play the Shadow. Play the Flooded Stream. That was a pretty bad misclick, but our opponent did have some cards in hand, so even if I did do that, you know, maybe they have force or something. But yeah, that was terrible. Alright, so I think I'll Thoughtseize him first, or her. See what they have in their hand. Multiple Swords to Plowshares and a Flusterstorm. Let's take one of those Swords to Plowshares. Okay. If I play Death Shadow, and he plays Swords to Plowshares, then I Stubborn Denial that. He Flusterstorms. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I do not have enough mana to pay for that. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But I can't really afford to wait for another Thoughtseize because there's a Jace on the table, so I'm just going to play it. Here comes the Flusterstorm. And then, you know, honestly, I think I might as well scoop. He's got a Jason play. That misclick possibly cost me that game. So now at least we know we're playing against Snowko. I'm going to bring in the Winter Orbs, going to bring in the Surgicals, the Eliminates, and the Hymns. And I'm going to bring in these Narsets. We're going to board out the Wastelands and the Forces. And I think I'll cut one Fatal Push, and I think that seems fine. First. We gotta mull that hand. We can keep this hand. I think I'm gonna bottom a land here. And I'm gonna start off with Delver. Misty. We will reveal Brainstorm. Go ahead and attack here. And I think I can go ahead and Brainstorm, try and find my second land. Alright. We found a Winter Orb. I think I'm going to put... I don't think we need the Surgical Extraction right now. And the second Watery Grave is also not the greatest, so I'm going to go ahead and get another Watery Grave and Thoughtseize him. That makes it so that we can play Death Shadow. He'll probably... He might Brainstorm in response here. Which I think I may as well daze this Brainstorm here. He's probably got something good that he's trying to hide. Oh goodness. Now I'm wishing I had kept that Surgical Extraction. Plague Engineer. Well... I think I take the Swords to Plowshares here. Yep, there's another Swords to Plowshares. And an Astrolabe, sure. So he still has one Swords to Plowshares in hand, a Plague Engineer, Prismatic Vista. Cycle the Street Wraith here. I think I'm going to Ponder. Gonna shuffle that. Stubborn Denial is fine. Play Watery Grave. Pay the life there. So now I have to wait until I can make Shadow a 4/4 or above to be able to counter his Swords to Plowshares that he still has in hand. Probably going to play the Plague Engineer, maybe name Wizard. This could be something else as well. Plague Engineer, sure. Human. So we can play our Shadow with Stubborn Denial backup. We'll see what else they can do. Court of Cunning. Alright. They become the monarch. So they've given me a good opportunity to play my Winter Orb here. And I think I just passed the turn. I need to draw an out to that Plague Engineer soon. Ah, snuff out. Damn. Yeah, maybe I should have actually kept in the Fatal Pushes. And boarded out one snuff out. Maybe that might have been a better call, but I don't know. He's getting so much card advantage now from being the monarch that I don't know what I'm going to be able to do here, really. And I mean, I'm just going to lose to the mill from the Court of Cunning. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much just dead here. I mean, I just need to hope to draw an out. That's basically the only thing that could possibly... Yeah, this is just gonna die. I'm dead. I've lost. So I might have totally punted this whole match away by not using Stubborn Denial on his Jace. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede now. I can't hit. Well, 2-3, not the best. We lost to Burn, we lost to Ad Nauseam Tendrils, and we lost to Snowko. We did, however, beat a Mill deck and Tin Fins. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to hope to record more leagues soon. I'll see you guys later.